Okay, I'm going to tell you Dick's story. Dick is a young man that I happen to know because he attended my church. And he was a bouncy, happy-go-lucky guy, a really popular kind of fellow, an athlete, a good dad, and really lots of fun to know. And he contracted lymphoma, and it was non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. And sometimes, if you're lucky, they can put you into remission. It can last many, many years. And so he was initially treated, and he went into remission. And they were hopeful that they would be able to raise their family and get on with their lives. It didn't turn out that way for Dick. And the lymphoma came back big time. And then the course of treatment is more radical, and the prognosis is much worse. And I called his wife to say, whatever happens with Dick, don't let him suffer. We can do things to help work with his pain, and if you find Dick in a lot of pain, call me, because I know people who can help you, and I wouldn't want Dick to suffer a lot of pain. Well, Dick went through a lot of radical treatment. He got the best that medicine could buy. He was well insured. And he was in a tremendous amount of pain. And he was going back and forth to the hospital for care. And he was terribly weak when they said that they really couldn't do much more for him and that he was very close to death, and they recommended hospice care. And so his wife called, and in fact Ruth and Sue went out within hours to see him, and he was indeed very close to death. He was quasi-comatose, and they adjusted his medicines and said that the next several hours were critical. Well, he made it through the next several hours. He woke up as a result of the medicine change. Within about 12 hours, he was able to sit up, and he suggested, I should say within about 5 hours, forgive me. He was able to sit up, and he said to his wife, "Let's go downstairs, I'd like a bowl of cereal." And she was flabbergasted. First, he talked to her, and he hadn't talked to her in weeks because he'd been so knocked out with narcotics. Second, he was strong enough to even think about eating something and had an appetite, and he was alive. The next 6 weeks were extraordinarily special. He was up, ambulatory, with it, and full of life. He went on a special trip, anniversary trip with his wife. They got so excited, they were having such a good time, he forgot to take his meds, and he called us in a panic because he felt awful. And we told him what he'd done, and he bounced back. He took his meds, and he came home. He had hoped to go to opening day of the Orioles. That's when they were still doing really well. And he was really excited about that. 2 days before that had been Easter Sunday, and we knew he was failing. But he was in church, and the kids were out on the front lawn collecting Easter eggs, and he stood there helping his kids collect Easter eggs, and it was an awfully special day. Not only a wonderful experience for he and his wife, but a wonderful experience for our congregation, who so admired his courage and marveled at his strength. So he died 2 days later, surrounded by his family, very peacefully. It was quite a different end than the end that would have happened if we hadn't arrived that day and hadn't come so quickly. That happens frequently, that the end effects of curative medicine may leave somebody completely worn out, and the healing effects of comfort medicine can give them time. Can give them time to celebrate their lives, like Dick. Dick celebrated every moment of his life. And when he left his family, it was a parting they could almost bear. It was a chance for him to truly say goodbye to his sons and to his wife and to his mother. That's what hospice care does when it does it right. That's what hospice care should be every day. It's what we try to do every day. I don't think anybody tries harder than the people here to every day give people the best they can give them to make their life special that day.